I'm president of the Ohio Association of Professional Firefighters, and just to echo on behalf of Protect Ohio Protectors, and really you'll hear in a moment from our statewide employees, and many of the reports in here, and many of the got it. Sorry. I said you'd hear from our statewide employees. I guess you just did.
They're calling.
No, but I think you'll hear from others here as well. And Jay and I, on behalf of Protect Ohio Protectors, wanted to at least try to assemble some of these, some of this information. A lot of our information is not even in here, and you'll see that out in the local press conferences that we're going to be having all across the state in the next couple days. Those items are hard to capture and hard to quantify, if you will. In my city, in Cincinnati, we're doing more with less. Is that a savings to the taxpayer? It certainly is a reduction in the overtime budget that we've had for firefighters and police officers on the street. So in this report, you'll see several areas that really need more in-depth digging into the local level. And I think this goes to show that there's more to this Senate Bill 5 than meets the eye. And since in Cleveland yesterday at the debate, when asked, I believe it was out of the Inquirer, a question, I don't know if it was Hallett here or the Inquirer, I'll take that back. When Jeff Birding was asked, about reasonable reform, why do we have other things in this bill, such as the lower threshold for decertifying, the dues checkoff, and fair share issues? If this is about giving local communities the tools, this shows that in the collective bargaining process, this gives both sides the tools to come and make good decisions for the public when they're reducing budgets. But Jeff Birding went on to answer that question, and quite truthfully, I think, and finally we're getting to the bottom of some of these issues, that it wasn't necessarily all about economics. It was about taking the power away from union bosses. And I guess, again, a police officer in Marion, Ohio, a fire lieutenant in Cincinnati who are still on the job, I guess in some people's minds are union bosses. Take offense to that, I guess, in some regard, but he went on to say that this is about taking some of the power away from the unions. This is about resetting the table where more senior officers can be jettisoned from the ranks and keeping younger officers. Also said that if there are layoffs, it gives the younger members the voice to cripple the unions by taking away their dues to the unions and allowing them to decertify the unions if they thought that the younger members should not be getting laid off over the more senior members. So this goes beyond economics. We can certainly show in city by city, county by county, state level, that we've sat down and worked through these tough economic times. So there is much more to this Senate Bill 5 than meets the eye. We are certainly ready, willing, and able to sit down in every jurisdiction. Let us know what the firefighters' cut is, and we will work with you to try to make sure there's no reduction in service and that we are under budget. So as Jay said, in good times and in bad, this system works because everybody has a voice at the table to make sure their communities are protected. So.